Welcome back to Nifty Network. Today we have a Q50 in, and I'm going to teach you how to remove the taillights on the body of the car and also the taillights on the trunk portion. Let's get to it. Alright, so first things first, when we're taking the taillights off, we're going to open our trunk up, and we're going to see a whole bunch of carpets and stuff inside of the trunk. Just take that out, put that to the side, and then you're going to see like a tray over here. Normally it doesn't have quick detail in it, but today it does. So just take all this stuff out, it'll get out of your way. What is that? Wheel stud installer. Looks like they had a bad day. Alright, so now we got this stuff out. We're going to pull this plastic piece out and then the two inside carpets. So we're going to start with the trunk piece right here. Get some light in here for you. With these, you just slide the clip remover in right there, pop it straight up. There's 4 of these on this panel. You got 2 on passenger side and then 2 on driver. So pop that out, and sometimes it'll come out in 2 different pieces. It's okay. Just make sure to get all of it out. Alright, so you can leave these right there so you don't lose them. This piece pops straight up, like so. Kind of sounds like you break it, but you don't. Or you shouldn't, at least. So you'll see these, they'll either stay in the body, like this one did, or they'll come up with this. If yours does stay in the body, just grab your clip remover, like this, and you can pop it up. So if you see it starting to like kind of pull the clip, like this portion up, just stop there. And then these just slide in like that. So that portion is out. Then we're going to go to the side portions. Basically, there's just a bunch of clips that you have to remove until you actually get to the taillight. So there's 1, 2, and what I do is like I'll kind of just tug until I feel like if something's stuck in here, don't keep pulling, because that means that you're gonna rip your carpet. So if there's something like holding tension back, don't just pull. But on this one we have 2 clips on the left side, and then on the right side we also have, looks like just 1 clip. So we'll pop this guy off right here, and then get the weather stripping out of the way. And there you go. So once those are out, now we can access the back side of the taillight. We can see that the plugs are going in right here. So again, get your clip remover, and we're going to just pop this down. Make sure not to break that clip, because then it's not going to stay when you reinstall it. And then this plug right here, we're just going to unplug that. And then that should be it on the wiring. Then you're going to come to the outside of the car, and there's this little trim piece right here. What I like to do is I'll press on the left side, and that will open it up a little bit. And just get a clip remover right under it, and it'll pop out. There's 2 little tabs in there that hold those in there. So once you have that off, you're going to access these 10 mils. So there's 2 10 mils to get the taillights out. And once you have those, you're gonna see if it shakes at all, and if it doesn't shake at all, you're gonna look inside, and we're gonna realize that there's a tab. There's a blue tab right there, and there's also a brown tab right there. You're gonna want to make sure not to break those, because then your taillight won't sit nicely when you put it back in. So just apply some pressure on this blue tab right here, and that will free up the taillight a little bit. Once you have that blue tab loose, the taillight is going to come out this way, and you're going to see another gray tab up in here. You can't really push on these, but it just shows you reference to where the taillight is actually getting pinned into the chassis. So yeah, we'll go to the outside and kind of give it a little shimmy, and it'll pop out like that. These are with metal tabs, so they'll slide into the body that way. And then once you do that, we already unplugged our light. And you can remove your tail light right there, and we can do the other side too. All right, so now that we know all this stuff is taken out of the inside, we're gonna go back to undoing the electrical connection. Just unplug that. The reason I do the electrical connection first is once you pop the taillight out, you don't want to like lay the taillight right here and scratch your bumper and then do this. So just do this first, and then when you take the taillight out, it makes it so it just comes out. So we'll go right here, give a little press on the side closest to the trunk. Slide that back there. Those two come out, and then it exposes the two 10s. Same thing as the other side. Press on that little blue tab to start. Get that out. And when you're pulling the taillights out, if it's like binding up, don't just pull harder. Figure out why it is causing you problems, because you don't want to break these. Alright, so once those pop loose, like that, our connection we know is unplugged. Pull that little grommet. There's like a little lip. And there you go. The chassis taillights have been removed. And then we're going to go up to our trunk portion right here. This tutorial is basically just like a bunch of clips and a couple 10s. So grab your clip remover. Pull these out. And then when you get to this, pull the little latch out of the slot right there, and you're just going to pry on the back side of this. That'll break free. Not break free, but it'll come free. And we're going to tuck that in there. And we got another one right here in the center. And then this also pops out. Just go on the back side of the handle pull. Pop that out. And we're going to come up here. Pop this out, more clips. Alright, so now we have all the clips out, and this is just going to slide over the latch, and it's going to open up the inside of the trunk. And when you look in here, you're going to see there's another electrical connection, so let's just start there. So pop that loose, and we'll go to this side. Pop that loose. So once we get these harnesses right here unplugged for the trunk taillights, we're going to go up to our camera portion, and we're going to unplug that because we need to pull the camera portion out in order to get the trunk taillights out. So we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 8mm nuts. We're going to take these off first. There's 1, 2, and I actually missed a plug right here, so make sure that you take this one off as well. So there should be 2. There's one for the trunk release and then one for the camera. Then we have 2 more 8mm right here. And then when I'm doing these, I just like to make sure there's going to be plastic tabs in here that basically locate where the trunk Infiniti logo, whatever you want to call this portion, there's 2 little like locating tabs. So you're going to want to go under here. Are you able to see me? I have my light too. So you're going to see this black tab right here? You're going to want to pry up on that and release that first, because if you start by just pulling on that piece, it's going to break those. You want to go on the bottom side of those, and you're going to want to pry up. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see from this way. Okay, so on the passenger side, there's also one of those. We're just going to kind of assist that up and pop that up out of there. And then that should be all of them. We're going to come on this side. Something is holding. This side's kind of like a little harder to see. So if you saw me do it on the driver's side, just repeat that over here. All right, so then we're gonna come to the outside of the car and just kind of give it a little wiggle. That'll pop up. And we have these two electrical connections. Just slide your clip remover in there if you still have it in your hand. And those are already unplugged, so we can take those out. All right, so now that we have the camera trunk release button out of the way, we can come up to here and we're just going to take off all these 10s. There's going to be 4 of them. That one was missing one. So there's 2, 3, and 4. And then when you get to this spot, these kind of like to stick to the trunk. So we're gonna give it a little help and press on the studs right here. You can see that they're pretty tight, but just kind of go through it and see which one actually allows it to release. So this one was a little stiff. I pressed on this one and it liked it. And then we're just gonna kind of help it the rest of the way out. And now we're gonna shut the trunk. Actually, we don't even need to. This popped off. So there you go. That one's out. And on this side, we're just gonna give it a little help. Pop that loose. Bring the trunk down. And there you go. That is how you remove. Let me see if I can hold all these lights. Don't drop them. All right, and that is how you remove all of your taillights off of a Q50.